Hi there, I'm Sue-Ann. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a holiday flow. It's going to be a nice, easy, gentle, slow flow practice to allow us to come more fully into our bodies, more present in our minds, so that we can be present through the holiday season. We are going to go ahead and get started on our back. Before you lay down, if you have a few props, you can grab them, but if not, no worries. 2 blocks, a strap, and maybe a blanket or 2 if you like. And then you can go ahead and meet me on your back. We'll have our knees bent, lie flat back down on the mat. And go ahead and place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And you can take your knees together and your feet open wide. So the knees coming together, give a little extra support for the low back. And then without much effort, just start to watch your breath and notice what it wants to do. Sometimes the holidays can bring up a lot of emotion, especially this year. So if we give ourselves just a few minutes to check in with the breath, to check in with our feelings, a lot can happen in a short amount of time. So I like to encourage the breath to drop low down into the belly. This helps the nervous system to relax. And I like to personally focus on nice full exhalations and just a natural inhalation. Again, to encourage ease, restoration, peace. And then see if there's an intention you'd like to set for the practice or maybe even for the holiday season. Could be something like giving myself time and space to feel what I'm feeling. It could be to remain present throughout all the emotions that can come with the holidays. Whatever is speaking to you, try and set that intention now. And then we'll start to bring the awareness back, the life back, perhaps wiggling the fingers or wiggling the toes, just gently reawakening. You can release your hands down towards your side. Knees can lift back up towards the ceiling. And then we'll lift our feet up off of the mat. And we'll start with just a simple happy baby, maybe holding both feet or just one foot at a time is fine as well. You can bend your knees, so knees bend towards the armpits, and then if it feels good on your back, you can do a nice gentle side-to-side rock. And even let the head and the shoulders get a little massage with this as well, side to side. Take some full breaths here, perhaps like you're breathing up and down your spine. And then go ahead, next time you're in the center, pause. And you can straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs, the calves, wherever it's comfortable. Knees can be slightly bent. And just spread your toes, look at your toes, and a few times point the feet and flex the feet. Point the feet and flex the feet. Just getting a little life, a little energy into the back of the legs. There's no need to strive to get your toes towards your forehead. Just a nice, comfortable position here. Getting a little circulation for the legs, for the entire body. And then pause in between a point and a flex. Reach your feet up towards the ceiling. And then you can bend your knees, plant the soles of the feet back down. Feel your feet touch the mat. You could have your hands on the tops of your thighs or down on the mat, whatever feels better for you. Press through the feet and then lift the pelvis up for a little bridge. Can you draw your pubic bone up slightly and reach the glutes towards the calf so that the glutes really start to work here? Just take one more breath here. And then exhale, lower the pelvis down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slowly. Good. I like to wiggle my left foot a little closer towards the center, and then we'll reach the right leg up towards the ceiling, flexing that right foot. You could have your strap around the right foot if you'd like, if you didn't lose it, like I did. So you could hold one edge of the strap in each hand, maybe take a loop with the hands. And then I like to give myself a little traction, whether I'm holding the strap or if I'm just holding my thigh. You can do the same thing. It's the action of pressing the foot into the strap, almost like you're pushing your heel away, or pressing your thigh into your hands and then pulling back, strap to foot or hands to thigh. So it's just an active hamstring stretch. Or you could keep a soft bend in your knee, really whatever feels best for you. Can you come back to that nice full belly breath? Good. 2 more breaths here. Your eyes could be closed if that feels safe and comfortable for you, or you could be holding a soft gaze. Okay, and then from here, you're going to release the strap if you have it, and you can just place the strap to the side. Keep the right leg straight. We're going to press through our left foot, and we're going to come up to a one-legged bridge. Try and level the pelvis so that right hip will want to drop. Can you pick the right hip up? Just one breath here, and then bend your right knee. Place the right ankle on top of the left thigh for a one-legged figure 4 stretch. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, roll the back down till the pelvis hits. And then you can lift the left foot off of the mat, hold on to the back of your left thigh or to your left shin for a figure 4 stretch. Again, you could welcome in a little movement here, maybe a little shimmy side to side. Maybe you like to hold in stillness and just take a nice full breath into the back of the pelvis, into the hips, creating a little space with your breath. Oftentimes, we don't need to take poses much deeper than we kind of organically get into them. And we can really deepen the pose just by focusing our breath, just by focusing our intention. Good. You can release your hands down, and then we're going to cross the right leg all the way over the left, almost like you're crossing your legs in a chair, and then take the knees over to the left for a twist. You can extend the right arm out to the right, and gaze could come out over those right fingertips. That feels okay on the head and the neck. And then see if you can breathe up and down the right side of your body. I like to think about breathing space into the right hip, into the right belly, right rib cage, all the way to the right shoulder. Good, let's take our gaze back to center, and then I like to uncross the legs first, press through my hands, and then come back. Knees bent, feet on the mat. Once again, you can have your hands down by your sides or on your belly. Press through the feet, lift the pelvis up for that little bridge, active through the glutes. So I feel as though my glutes are moving towards my calves. My head is heavy, my shoulders are heavy, and I take a full breath into my belly here. And then slowly, how slow can you go? Roll back down. Once your pelvis hits, you might want to wiggle the right foot towards the center of the mat, and then we'll extend the left leg up. You could hold on to the back of the thigh, or you could take hold of your strap, wrap it around the left foot. And then again, I like to invite in a little traction. So it's the action of foot into strap or legs into hands. Strap pulls back on foot, or hands pull back on leg. Active stretch for the back of the left leg. And then it's a big muscle here, so big breaths to help release this big muscle. We can take one more full breath here. And then you can release the strap. We'll press down through the right foot, lift the pelvis up, one-legged bridge, try and align the pelvis. Notice if one side is more challenging than the other, that's okay. It's working inner thigh, so that right inner thigh has to hug to the midline. And then one leg figure four, bend the left knee, ankle on top of right thigh. And then slowly lower the pelvis, lower the back, and then the pelvis down. Lift the right foot up, interlace the finger on the back of the right thigh or on the right shin. Maybe you like to invite in some movement here, a little side to side action can feel nice. Maybe you prefer stillness and you just want to pause in the center or in a nice spot that can use a little extra breath. And again, see if you can deepen the stretch, not by changing anything physically, but just deepen your intention. Deepen your breath. Try and hold your attention on your body, on your breath. Try and hold the mind to the breath, to the body. It's like practice. And then release your hands. We'll cross that left leg over the right, and then the knees can come all the way over. Arm can extend out to the left. Gaze can come over that left shoulder if that feels okay, and the head and the neck. Come back to the breath. Breathe into the left hip, the left belly, left rib cage, all the way up to the left shoulder. And then bring your gaze back. I like to uncross my legs first and then bring my knees back. Place the feet down, press into the feet. Last one, lift up for a little bridge. Can you take a full breath as low as you can into your belly? Lower the pelvis back down. And then hug your knees into your chest. Maybe you'd like to lift your head up. Maybe you'd like to lower your head and rock a bit side to side. And then eventually we'll make our way up to all fours, either rocking and rolling forward and back or rolling to one side and then coming up to all fours, hands and knees. I like to have a blanket underneath my knees for a little extra support. Take your knees directly underneath your hips and your hands directly underneath your shoulders. And just pause here in this all fours position. We're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. So on an inhale, we'll send our sit bones back. Our belly will drop, collarbones will open, gaze comes up. And then exhale, tuck the sit bones under, spine will round, gaze will come down towards your thighs. See if you can find your own flow here, either eyes open or eyes closed, whatever helps you drop in a little bit more. See if you can find your own rhythm, your own pace, your own breath. If you'd like to make it a little funkier and go round and round or side to side, you're more than welcome to. Again, the real focus of this practice is just giving yourself time and space to breathe, to move, to feel. Next time you come through neutral, go ahead and pause. We're going to extend our left arm up and out to the left. And then exhale, thread that left arm underneath the right for a shoulder stretch. Left cheek can be down on the mat, or you could always glide a block right underneath that left cheek to lift the ground up. You can extend the right arm forward, and then I like to draw the right arm back into the shoulder socket. Notice if your rib cage is really dripping down toward the mat, can you draw the rib cage back? And then take some nice deep breaths into the back of the heart. Creating space for the heart. Maybe just observing the breath, observing the volume of the breath. And see if you can stick with it for one more full round of breath. And then nice and slowly, you can take that right hand underneath the right shoulder, press back up, all fours, hands and knees. And then we'll go ahead and tuck the left toes under and glide the left foot back. Engage the abdominals, just hug the belly back, and then lift the left leg up off of the mat. Good. You can pause here. This is a great place to stay. Or you could reach the right arm forward. Notice the focus it takes to hold steady here. Again, you're more than welcome to stay here, or if you'd like, you can bend the left knee and see if you can reach around with the right hand to catch the foot. Inside or outside is fine. See if you can think about pressing the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. Breathe into the front of the heart. Feel the collarbones widen. Feel your intention deepen. And then nice and slowly, you can release the hand, release the knee back down. Feel your hands touch the mat, spread the fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes under, and then send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Relax your head, your jaw, maybe bend your knees and your sit bones back. Using grounded here. And then you can exhale, lower the knees back down to all fours. 3 more rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, sit bones back, belly drops, gaze comes up. Exhale, tuck the sit bones under, round the spine. Inhale, sit bones back, belly drops, gaze comes up. Exhale, tuck the sit bones under and round. Last one. Your breath, your pace, your rhythm. Next time you come through neutral, go ahead and pause there. We'll take the right arm up and out to the right. Exhale, throw that right arm underneath the left. Right cheek down, left arm extends. Perhaps you draw that left arm back into the shoulder socket. Check in with the rib cage. Can you draw the rib cage back instead of allowing it to drip down towards the mat? So it's like a little container of the ribs will actually help us get deeper into the heart space, deeper into the shoulders. And then for the next few breaths, can you just turn your gaze, your inner gaze, towards your heart? And it's not that you're looking for anything in particular. It's just you're resting your gaze, your awareness on the space of the heart. No expectations. It's just a little experiment, a little meditation of the heart. Good. Go ahead and place your left hand underneath the left shoulder. Come back up. And then we'll extend the right leg out long. Engage the belly, so a little hug of the belly back. Lift the right foot up. Maybe you stay here, and maybe you'd like to extend the left arm forward. Again, this is a great place to stay. Or you could bend that right knee, reach around, catch the foot with the left hand, hand into foot, foot into hand. Find your focus. Find your breath. And then go ahead and release the hand. Release the foot. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. 2 more full breaths here. You might want to inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. 1 more like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And then bend at your knees. And we're going to step our feet just halfway in between the mat and come back down to our seat. I'm going to come into a double pigeon pose from here. So left foot, left shin underneath, parallel with the front of the mat, just turning so you can see me. Right shin on top. If this is not accessible in your body today, no problem. You could just do an easy seated position with the knees bent. So if this is okay, left shin underneath, right shin on top, feet are flexed. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, if you'd like, you can start to hinge forward. I'm going to scoop back a little bit. So I like to lean my hands forward and really press into my hands and just shimmy a bit side to side. Breathing into the back of the pelvis, creating space with each breath. Sometimes it can feel nice to stack your fists and rest your forehead down on your fists. Wherever you go, try and keep your sit bones rooted. So if you extend your hands forward, it can feel so nice to press into the earth to root your sit bones back. Nice and gently start to walk your hands back up towards seated. Take an inhale, lift your arms forward and up, and then exhale, a little twist to the left. Right hand could come, give your right foot a high five. Gaze could go over the left shoulder. And then unwind. Release your legs out long. Wiggle out the knees. And then we'll do the other side. So this time, right shin on the bottom, left shin on top. Feet are flexed. This is a fine place to stay. There's always Sukhasana, easy seated pose. If you'd like, grow nice and tall through your spine, and then exhale, you can start to hinge forward. Again, press into your hands and use the ground, use the earth, use your body to root back, to come back into yourself a little more. So often, it can feel so easy to kind of hop into distractions, or in a way I think of it as like hopping outside of myself. Can you take the next few breaths to allow space to be inside your body, inside your mind, with your mind. Nowhere else to go, nowhere else to be, just with your breath, with your body. And then feel your hands nice and slowly lift yourself back up. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And then exhale, twist to the right this time. Left hand can high five your left foot. Gaze could go over that right shoulder. Full breath. And then exhale and unwind. You can release your legs, wiggle out your feet again. Give your knees a little rub. Thank them for everything that they do for you. And then we'll come into our one more seated pose, and then we'll come down onto our back. If you have your strap, you can go ahead and take it. We're going to, again, inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, and then we're going to reach and wrap the strap around the feet. Can you press the feet into the strap? You can lightly pull back on the strap, and I like to bend my elbows so they're right next to my rib cage. I'm not looking to how far forward can I go. I want to keep a nice long spine so that I actually get some length through my spine, as well as a stretch in the back of the legs. If it's in your practice and it feels good in your body to completely round and forward fold, you're more than welcome to, if that's what's feeling right for you today. Wherever you go, can you stay here for 3 more breaths? It's our last pose. So come back to that intention. Come back to that breath. And then you can lift your chest up. You can release the strap. You can bend your knees and nice and slowly lower down onto your back. Extend your legs out long, and we'll come into Shavasana. Final resting pose. Again, arms could be down by your side, or it might feel nice to have one hand on your belly or both hands on your belly, or a hand on your heart, both hands on your heart, whatever feels right for your body. See if you can let the breath go, so release control of the breath. See if you can let the muscles of the body relax. Sometimes that can feel like the body getting heavier and heavier and heavier on the mat. And then see if you can even start to let the senses go. So the touch of the body to the earth might feel more like a blur. The body might feel almost like it's melting into the earth. If it feels safe, the eyes might be closed. If you can hear any sounds, see if they can become more like a kaleidoscope, just coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. And then just allow the body, the mind, the breath to relax, to rest. You are more than welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, just gently reawakening. Might feel good to reach the arms up overhead or to hug the knees into your chest. You can roll to one side and make your way up to a comfortable seated position, eyes closed or gaze lowered. Let's bend at our elbows, bring our hands to heart center. Gratitude for the yoga, teachings of yoga, practice of yoga. This way to practice together. Gratitude for these bodies, these hearts, these minds. Namaste. Namaste, and thank you all for practicing, and happy holidays.